guys tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a massive game for us. You know, I'm feeling positive. I'm optimistic. I think the first performance we showed that we can do well in difficult conditions. But now going to the San Siro, we're looking to, you know, have a dominant display and, you know, ultimately score goals.
David McDonald.
Hi Marcus. You've only missed one of your 45 games this season. I understand you've played through the pain barrier, if you like, with the shoulder problem. How painful is it, and is it the kind of problem that might require surgery after the Euros to address it?
To be honest, I think I just focus on the next game at hand, and that's just the way that I deal with it. You know, what's needed after, we'll deal with that after. But my main focus is just being available for the games and doing as well as I can for the team.
Simon Stone.
Hey Marcus, how would you rate your form this season? It seemed as though last year all the forwards scored a lot of goals, but it seems to be a little bit harder for you all this season.
Every single year is different. I think as players, the only thing we can do is give ourselves the best chance at doing well, which is by preparing well for games, training well, and going into the games as positive as possible, even when you're tired or fatigued. And you know, that's the atmosphere that the manager's brought to the club, and you know, the players are happy with that, and we'll go forward with that. We understand not every game's going to go as planned, but it doesn't mean that we're gonna give up if it doesn't.
Paul Hurst.
Hi Marcus, you've obviously gone far in competitions over the last few years, but what would it mean for you to actually go on and win this competition?
You know, that's the aim from when you know, we unfortunately got kicked out of the Champions League. The focus was to win the Europa League, and you know, anything less than that, I know the team, I know the staff, and we're not going to be happy with anything less than that. So we're going to do our absolute best to win the tournament.
We've got 2 questions left for Marcus. Samuel Luckhurst and then James Savundra.
Marcus, the manager's previously said that you don't want to miss any games at all, and I think the Leipzig game earlier this season, you weren't happy to be on the bench in that. But given how previous England forwards like White and Wayne Rooney have had injuries later on in their careers after playing so much at a young age, are you conscious of burnout, or is it just a case of just wanting to play as often as possible?
No, I know my body, and I know what I can do physically. And yeah, that's it. I take one game at a time, and it's the life of a footballer. You know, we can rest when we retire, and you know, for now I'm happy with playing as many games as I can. And yes, I recover from games quite well. Injuries I recover from well, so I have no doubts or fears going into games.
Last one for Marcus with James Savundra.
Marcus, it looks like Zlatan Ibrahimovic may be available to play tomorrow. I wonder, what impact did he have on your career? And are there similarities in a way between him and Bruno Fernandes in terms of the way they are as people and the effect they have on their teammates?
Yeah, you could say so. I think mentally they're both just winners. You know, they want to win games, win trophies. And yeah, that's the atmosphere and the culture at this club. So we need to start doing it now. We need to start winning trophies and taking steps in that direction. And you know, the game tomorrow is another opportunity for us to get one step closer to that.
Okay, that's it now for Marcus. We'll move on to the manager.
Thank you.
See you later.
We'll start with James Cooper.
Hi Ollie.
Hi James.
Hi, as a late goal means you've got to do it the hard way, and I guess you'd want all your kind of troops at your disposal. So who stays, who goes, in terms of some of those players with question marks like Pogba, De Gea, Martial?
There's a couple that we need to assess if they're available. Martial is a definite no-go. Apart from that, we're assessing them as we speak. Some might travel, still needing to confirm that they're available still.
Frederick.
Hey.
Hi, Ole. I saw the squad. You just said that you need to assess some of them. But could you say something about whether Pogba, Cavani, Donny van Beek would you like to comment about the rumours about Van Beek being unhappy?
There's always speculations here, and as I said, we're assessing them. They've been involved with the training session, and then let's see tomorrow if there's any reaction or not. They all trained yesterday, trained today, and hopefully there's no reaction. Donny has been focusing really hard, working really hard to get back available for the latter stages of the season now. So that's our focus.
Simon Peach.
Afternoon, Ali.
Hiya.
The Man United website update on the team says that Bailly won't be travelling as well, along with Shoretire. What's the situation with Bailly, and how long can we expect Martial? And also, with David De Gea now available to play, would you be tempted to play him tomorrow night, even though Dean's been the Europa League goalkeeper?
Shola will be playing for the under 23s, so we felt it was right for him. Then Eric's being assessed, so and with regards to the decision making on what team we're gonna play, let's see how everyone feels tomorrow.
Andy Mitten.
Hi, Ole.
Hiya.
Any attention to the stadiums you visit? How does San Siro compare and rate it? One of the best ones to you?
I played. I think I only played once in a friendly San Siro. I was mostly a spectator watching. Fantastic stadium with history. You know, when it's full, it is an incredible place to play. So we're gonna, unfortunately, play it in a different type of atmosphere. We're gonna familiarize ourselves with the stadium tonight. Just have a little walk, so the boys can have a feel of the surroundings.
Samuel Luckhurst.
Well, it's obviously strange for Diogo Dalot playing against the team last week. He's on loan at Milan till the end of the season, but does he still have a future at United? He obviously had a difficult season last season.
Yeah, the plan was always for Diogo this season or the main thing for Diogo was to be fit. He never managed to be fit for a long spell when he was here, unfortunate with injuries. Now he's kept fit all season, he's been available for them. He's playing at the big club, big expectations, great history of the club, so it's been a good year for him. So of course, I've been very pleased with his development this season, and he's our players, and we're looking forward to having him back.
Simon Stone.
Ollie, both yourself and other people at the club talk about the progress that's been made. How do you measure that? Because other people will argue, well, United they haven't made progress until they win something, which we ask you about all the time. How can you be sure that you have made progress?
I think you have to say that when you see the culture, what's happening every day, I feel a lot of improvement in the everyday routine, everyday work we do. The boys have taken on board what we want, and it's for others to assess how much of an improvement. We're 12 points ahead of what we were at the same time in the league last season. Of course, we're all aiming to win trophies at this club. But as we've said, sometimes a trophy can hide the facts, hide the other facts, what's happening at the club. It's in the league position, of course, you see if you're progressing really. And sometimes in the cup tournaments, you might be lucky, you might be unlucky. Draws, games can be decided on different factors. So, but of course, we're aiming to win, because that's why you play football. You're always aiming to win trophies.
Enzo Oliveira.
Hello, Mr. Enzo Oliveira, Uruguayan journalist
Hi.
from Milano here.
Hi.
Hi. My question is about Edinson Cavani. These last days, everyone speculates so much about the future, but finally he's fit. He's on the squad list. He will be able to play. What he can bring to the team about his experience, because he knows so much the San Siro Stadium when he was playing in Napoli and whatever. What he can bring in that kind of matches, about his kind of experience in this kind of teams. Thanks.
Edins he's trained for a couple of days now, and we're still assessing him. When he's in and around the club, his experience, his influence on all the others is great. He always tries to help everyone, and of course, when it comes to a game, if he's available, he speaks to them. The lads look to him. So hopefully there's no reaction after the training sessions he's had the last few days, and he'll be available.
Hi, I won't have time to get around all of the hands, but I'll go next to Laurie Whitwell because we just do have to travel soon.
Hi, Ole. It's a clutch situation coming up with AC Milan game. If you get through it, what do you want to see from your players on the pitch, and what do you think it could provide to the season if you actually manage to get through such a difficult situation against such a club as AC Milan?
Well, we saw the game last week, how difficult it's going to be. A physical side, loads of energy, good quality in the team. So we need to perform at our best level to go through. We know that. We've never been too lucky with draws, but these are the games that we need, and our players need to challenge ourselves to see if we can really reach the next level. So tomorrow night is going to be about loads of things. You need the quality, you need the experience, you need the game management. We need a good start, of course. Being away from home, I always enjoy being away from home in the second leg, because if you score a goal, that means so much. We know now that they scored one, so we need at least to score one to go through.
We'll go for the last two questions. First one for Jamie Jackson, last one for Neil Custis.
Hi Ole, it's 4 years since United won a trophy. Obviously you weren't here for at least half of that span, but is that a surprise to you? Because it's Manchester United, and how do you explain why it's been 4 years?
I've been here for 2.5 of those years now, and of course coming in, as I've said so many times, I felt a big rebuild had to be made, and it's in the league position you see if there's any progress. For me, that's always the bread and butter of the season, that you see how capable you are of coping with ups and downs. Any cup competition can give you a trophy, but sometimes it's more of an ego thing for managers and clubs. We've finally won something. We need to see progress, and if we progress well enough and we perform well enough, the trophies will end up at the club again. But it's not like a trophy will say that we're back. No, it's the gradual progression and the consistency of being in the top of the league, in and around there, and then add the odd trophies. Sometimes a cup competition can hide the fact that you're still struggling a little bit.
Last one for Neil Custis. Hi Neil, do you want a question?
Probably have to unmute.
Right, can you hear me?
There you go.
You say that about the league, which obviously shows the consistency. Do you think some managers are just designed to be good cup managers and they can put those trophies on the table?
Every manager wants to win every game, and we want to fight on every front. Then it comes to a point in the season that you can, okay, we can't win this, we can't achieve that success, and then sometimes, you might sacrifice the league position to get a cup run towards the end, I haven't been here and felt that we can prioritize any games yet. We need to try to win every single game. Every single player needs to learn how to cope with all the pressures and the standard and expectations. So it's, but you'll end up with trophies if you're consistent enough anyway, and sometimes lucky enough.
Thank you very much, everyone.
So if you can stay there, boss, and then
Yeah.
you two will come in.
Ole Gunnar Solskaer there with Marcus Rashford.